reciprocal tariffs went into effect last night. And I know, and I've been reading and listening to you and other administration officials who've said that depending on how some other nations react, those could come down or those could go away. So if you could share a little bit on, have you been encouraged with the response from other nations to the administration? Has it been what you've been hoping for? What's that outreach from across the globe been like, and how are those negotiations going?
Well, Rob, I will tell you that Wednesday, after the president gave his address in the Rose Garden, as I was doing media, I was out telling other countries, don't retaliate. And I think what a lot of people are missing here is that the levels that were put out last Wednesday are a ceiling. So if you don't retaliate, but if you don't retaliate, that is the ceiling. So we've been overwhelmed with the response to come to DC and negotiate. So President Trump on Monday had a very good call with the Japanese Prime Minister. He had a very good call with the President of Korea yesterday. We're seeing a delegation from Vietnam. So I think we have about 70 negotiations lined up. I'm not planning on going anywhere for Easter. And I believe that I had obviously been providing advice on the tariffs, working more on the tax bill that we'll talk about. And now I'm going to take a lead negotiating role in a lot of the tariffs, starting with the Japanese delegation. But in terms of escalation, unfortunately, the biggest offender in the global trading system is China. And they're the only country who's escalated. And I can tell the rest of the world that, I'm not sure whether it was the Prime Minister or the Economic Minister in Spain made some comments this morning, oh, well, maybe we should align ourselves more with China. That would be cutting your own throat, because I can tell you that these Chinese exports that the U.S. tariff wall is going to keep out, that China, for all of you who can remember that Disney movie of the brooms carrying the buckets of water, that is a Chinese business model. It never stops. They just keep producing and producing and dumping, and it's going somewhere. And I think, Rob, at the end of the day, that we can probably reach a deal with our allies, with the other countries that have been long-term. They've been good military allies, not perfect economic allies, and then we can approach China as a group.